New outrage from some in the Latino community today over the controversial comments from Goya Foods CEO Bob Anuenue. At a White House event this week, Anuenue said that we're blessed to have a leader like President Trump, sparking backlash and the hashtag Goya away. But the CEO is not apologizing.
I'm blessed to have the fortune of being ahead of a company that is iconic. And so
the answer is no. The answer is no. You're not going to apologize for standing next to President Trump.
Hell no.
Well, the latest criticism in an NBCNews.com opinion piece, Goya's CEO Trump comments led to Latinos to call for a boycott that Goya was surprised says a lot. Joining me now, the author of that piece, Julio Ricardo Varela, a contributor for NBC News Think. Julio is also the founder of the organization Latino Rebels. Welcome. And Julio, you said that it says an awful lot that Goya was surprised about this backlash. So what exactly does that say to you?
Well, I mean, the piece that I wrote speaks to sort of the disconnect that Goya has with the community that it's served and profited off. I mean, if you look at what the CEO was talking about, I mean, he was even playing up his Spanish and European roots over the fact that his grandfather like migrated from Spain to Puerto Rico and then to the United States and then to New York. And it really that what I was trying to get to was this point of getting to whiteness and sort of exploiting the community and profiting off of the Latino community for decades. And, in the end, Alex, this is a political endorsement. I mean, I know that Goya and their CEO is saying, well, I was with Obama and I said this, but, he never called Obama a blessed leader. This was a political endorsement. And the fact that they're surprised that Latinos who consume their food are saying, hey, if you're going to make it political, you're aligning yourself with a president that has a long history of, insults against our community. This is capitalism. We're going to say no to it. And that's basically what the community's been saying. And I'm just sort of reporting what I've been hearing since Thursday.
So a couple questions here. What, first of all, does the Goya brand mean to people in the Latino community? How big of a betrayal do you think this is? Are people really hurt by this?
Well, I think it's iconic. One of the things that I wrote in the piece that really gets into it is that it kind of became a brand that a lot of Latinos, mostly East Coast Latinos, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, people in maybe in New Jersey, New York, other parts of the East Coast, identified with, right? It was a place where it's like, you know what, we're not being accepted, but we have this brand. And I think it gets into deeper issues about marketing and commoditizing and also just nutritional issues, right? And I think it really just struck a nerve. I'll give you this, Alex, like when it happened, I get a lot of tips as a journalist. I get messages and everything, but I was getting like WhatsApp messages from like grandmothers about this. I mean, it was such an underestimation and such a disconnect that I think digging in the heels, it's fine. I mean, Goya will be fine. Goya will be fine. This is not about destroying Goya, but I think the loyal customer base is a little bit in shock. And I know it can get a little bit partisan. People exploit it politically. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Julio, no, you're good. Why do you think he made these comments? Is it because he was right there? He was standing with the president, maybe somewhat intimidated by saying anything that might anger him, because we've seen what the effect of that is on a number of people who've gone before doing that? Or do you think he actually believes and feels this way?
Yes, he's a Republican. I mean, let's be real. He said it twice, too, Alex. I mean, he didn't only say it in the Rose Garden. Latino Rebels, we shared the transcript. He said the exact same thing in the cabinet room when they were all, like, if you look at the transcript. So he said it twice. And, the Goya family, the family has a history. They're Republicans. And it's, I hate to say this, but it's like there are plenty of Hispanics who ideologically align themselves with President Trump. who anyone that criticizes that is labeled a communist radical, is labeled, this is a leftist plot to end capitalism, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's obvious that there is, a 1%, Spanish, and I'm saying Hispanic. I'm not saying Latino because his family is from Spain. And that's another thing. It's like, it brought up all these memories of, Spanish conquistadors, exploiting, native lands. And I think they're completely underestimating the reaction. It's a family-run business.
Right.
They're not that media savvy. And also, what's interesting, Alex, ever since I came out with this piece, I'm getting tips about like labor practices about Goya.
Oh, boy.
The fact that they're not that philanthropic in the Latino community. So I think they're totally underestimating this, especially in the time of COVID,
right,
where Latinos are being disproportionately, suffering, and also unemployment rates.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And in the time of Black Lives, I mean, why step into it?
Well,
why step into it?
Julio Ricardo Varela, I know that you're going to continue pursuing the answer to that question. Thank you so much.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.